to
on Facebook. Stopped up on.
Shalom Yahweh Shabbat to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Hashem Shai to the sisters. As y'all know, today is Sabbath service, and today we're going to be going over the Levitical law. And we'll give brothers and sisters a quick moment to check in. Once that's done, we'll get started.
What y'all live on?
It's Israelite School of Universal Practice of Knowledge.
What is this side? All right, and Majim, just need a brother up here. Keep going. That's fine.
Yeah, it should be on the page.
Sorry, it's me. Sorry.
La Yasharala.
Sorry. 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 Amadium upon Yahakwadam, which means to rise and face the east. We're going to be going over the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Ready? Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shamkat, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'at, Batazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Thanyanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakwa, Kabawakinawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawakinawa, Wala'a, Tabayanawa, Sion, Abal, Habashai, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakub, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, La'alam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Which is the power of Hebrew. Yahweh. Bahasham,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Babakashah,
Babakashah,
Athanawa,
Athanawa,
Hakat,
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 Arpa'ah,
Call,
Makalah,
Wakal,
Wakal,
Madawat,
Madawat,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Ha,
Matazariah,
Hakat,
Lahaquayim,
Hamathiam,
Hakat,
Al,
Rakawath,
Hatama
Atama,
Bagarashun,
Bahasham,
Yahushua,
the water,
Aman. Hakak in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Please give us the power.
please give us the power
To heal.
the power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease,
The power to cleanse the lepers.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
The power to raise the dead.
the power to raise the dead,
The power against unclean
the
spirits.
power against unclean spirits,
To cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. It's like Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai,
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Ma'aka Allah,
Wa Ma'aka Allah.
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah,
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawat Yahana,
Alawat Yahana.
Ha Alawapian,
Ha Alawapian.
Ha Sarunyan,
Hasaranyam.
Ha Kwatazayoyan,
Ha Kwatazayoyim.
Ha Kayayoyan,
Hasayayoyim.
Waha Akwafian,
Waha Rockland.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'asham,
Bahasham.
Yahushai,
Yahushai.
the water,
The water.
Aman.
Aman. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushua.
and Yahushai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commanding General Yohanan.
commanding General Yahan,
The generals.
the generals,
The captains.
the captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushai,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade
Upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in
From this time forth.
from this time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make atonement.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
A sword also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as done for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make them like make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zaid.
and like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes of Zabah,
all their princes as Zabah,
and as Zamunah,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a will,
make them like a will,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
So persecute them with thy tempests,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled,
and trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all earth. Sorry, Facebook. You may be seated. Let's get up for the Most High. All right. So today, we're going to be going over Levitical law, and the law that was given to us. Sadly, a lot of our brothers and sisters today still have a confusion. A lot of brothers and sisters today in the world still have a confusion on what they are allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do, especially when it comes to the dietary laws. I remember not that long ago, they were talking to a sister, and she said that eating meat was a sin, and I was very confused. And I had to break it down so that I let them know that no, there are certain meats that you're not supposed to eat, as we all know. But we're going to be covering that today. So we're going to be going over Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1. We'll be going over it in English. We'll be breaking down what is unclean unto us, the dietary laws, so on and so forth.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
Now, that's something to pay attention to, because as we know, there are certain animals that we can and cannot eat, but some of them are cloven-footed, and some of them do cheweth the cud. Go ahead, verse 4.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew, ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel became he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you.
He is unclean unto you. Perfect example, the camel. I don't know if anybody's ever looked at a camel, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't look appetizing. At least I would hope so. Right? Go verse 5.
Verse 5. And the coney.
Stop right there. What is a coney? Does anybody know what is in the coney family? I got you. It's a lot. So a coney. A coney is typically your rabbits. Yeah, rabbits, small herbivorous mammals. Because I know there's a lot of brothers and sisters today, they think that it is clean to eat a rabbit. It's actually not clean for you to eat a rabbit. It's unclean unto you. Go ahead, read.
Come. Verse 5. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare,
another form of a rabbit, go ahead.
Because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
Now, this is a big one. We cover this a lot during class. You hear us say it all the time, that eating pork is a sin, right? The Lord does not want you to eat swine. I don't know if anybody's ever looked at the biology of a pig, but just to break it down for you, pigs will literally eat anything. They're walking garbage disposals, or scavengers, as you may. Y'all heard that term, you are what you eat. So if you eat a pig, you're eating whatever it ate. Right. As I said before, pigs eat anything. Pigs, for those of y'all who don't know, they don't have many sweat glands. So everything that they consume, it stores inside of their body. It's actually been proven that there is no safe temperature to thoroughly cook pork to fully get rid of all the bacteria and parasites inside of it.
Right.
So, look, the Lord put this here for a reason. He doesn't care how good you think pork tastes. It's not good for you. Our ancestors, when we were on slave ships, they knew that they weren't supposed to eat that. They took us, chiseled out our teeth, and force-fed us through a tube this disgusting animal. That's how much our ancestors knew, like, no, this is not supposed to go inside of my body. Now you got brothers and sisters that go today, they'll go to the grocery store, you go to State of Brothers or whatever, and you just buy it because you just think it tastes good. I don't know if anybody's seen it. We covered this like a couple classes ago. Some woman took like a fresh pork chop, poured some Pepsi on it, just to show you what was inside of it. It looked like a cartoon because you could literally see all these little white worms coming out of the pork. I mean, like, not like slithering out, I mean literally like jumping out of it. These are parasites.
Right.
When we eat these things, it goes inside of your body. Why do you think blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, we're the ones that are prone to heart disease?
Right.
We get parasites, heart failure. You get heart attacks at, 30-something years old? That's because the law was given to us. We were never supposed to eat these things. When you don't eat these things, for example, the Lord is literally showing you what you can and cannot eat. He's trying to help you. He's trying to allow for you to live. As we said many times before, Satan teaches you how to die. The Lord teaches you how to live. Right. So you pick and choose what you want to do. You got anything?
Yeah, so like if I may, like, that parasite is going to give you a horrible death. Like, it lives in your body. It eats what you eat. Also, it travels, and it starts by eating. I think it starts with the heart or the lungs.
Goes to your bloodstream.
Right.
It starts at your heart.
Yeah, and it works its way up to your brain. This is the parasite that they find in the pig, and I don't know about you, but I would not want to go out like that.
Oh no.
And eating internally, like, just, you know what I mean? Just one day you don't even know it, but just one day you just feel it. Like, you feel something just eating you from the inside out.
Man, Salaki, if I may, not to cut you off, that's an issue that a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today have. Like, we have this concept, like, a lot of people, we know that pork is not good for you, but you still eat it, and you'll hear the same thing. I'll worry about it later. You know, I'm young, I'm fit now, I'll be good. You know, I'll worry about that when I get older. I'll change my diet when I get older. Well, before you know it, you 30, 40, if the Lord allows it, 50 years old, next thing you know, you having health issues. Now, later is now. Pretty sure you wish that you wouldn't have done all those things when you were a kid, teenager, 20-something years old. Now it's finally caught up to you, and now you're suffering. So, could you go to verse 8?
Like, and if I can add something on it too, like, our people just, I mean, you know that it's something spiritual behind it, because our people, even if you tell them that, you know what I mean, pork isn't good for you. Like, I literally had a woman not too long ago, probably about a week ago, tell me right to my face, I can do away with all that other stuff, but as far as bacon, nah, I'm not ever gonna get rid of bacon. And if I gotta die behind it, then I'm just gonna die behind it. You know what I mean? Like, bacon is that's pretty much everything to me. Like, that morning bacon to me is everything. I'm just like, okay, so why don't you get like turkey bacon? Why don't you get, you know what I mean, beef bacon? You burn it well enough, it's all gonna taste the same, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So she's just like, nah, like, it has to be pork. It has to be pork, regardless if it tastes the same or not. It has to be pork. That's how you know, like, it's a spirit behind that. You know what I mean? If it's something that's in your life that you just can't get rid of, regardless if God told you himself, yeah, you gotta stop that, and you can't get rid of it, that should already tell you something already, that something you're doing, there's something wrong with that.
Right.
I mean,
if I may add to that real quick, that's a demon right there. Like we brought up earlier, like demons. I believe it was Priest and Officer Karatas. He made a perfect example during the Brotherhood class. He was using demons as an example. They just kind of have you on a leash, and they just slowly just
Right.
guide you to your death.
Right.
You're just going along with it, you know,
Right.
which is all cool until you're dead. That demon, like you said, like that sister right there, she has a demon on her.
Right.
Right.
Telling her it's cool. No, you can eat pork, it's fine, you know. And she said, well, it's like if I may, she said if she gotta die behind
needs
it, she needs it.
She gotta die behind it, and she's just about to die about it.
Oh, slide,
Like,
like, sir.
she sound like poop.
Like
Like she needs it. You know. It's like,
Oh,
But that's real too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you know it has to be some type of spirit. If okay, if we can get to like a personal situation, like my mom, she has diabetes. You know what I mean? Diabetes, it affects the blood, the small the veins in your legs. You know what I mean? They burst. So the first thing that happens when you consume a pig, it automatically starts shutting down those veins in your legs. You know what I mean? It attacks the legs first. So, you know what I mean? When you got diabetes and then you got, you know what I mean? And when you're dealing with diabetes and pork, you pretty much are just driving at 100 miles per hour straight into your doom. You know what I mean? So like, and it's just like, she can't stop it. It's like, okay, well, I'll slow down, but I just, you know what I mean? I'll just slow down. And it's just like, no, just stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stop. You know what I mean? Your health is already telling you that you're supposed to stop. So why not just stop? You know what I mean? But they just can't do it. Like you said, it's that Pookie effect. Like, like it's like, you know what I mean? I say it's even worse. I say it's like heroin, because heroin, you know what I mean? Heroin is a little bit more intense than the other stuff. You know what I mean? Heroin, you can die, you stop that. You know what I mean? So I think it's more of that effect. Like they feel like they'll die if they'll stop eating pork. They can. That's the only thing they got in this world. So, you know what I mean? But if you know the history behind it, like the priest was talking about, they had to literally force us, you know what I mean, to eat this stuff. They had to chisel our teeth out and set an example for one of the brothers who wanted to stand tall and stand tough and say, I mean, I'd rather die than eat this. They had to chisel his teeth out, stick a tooth up his throat, and stuff it down his throat, keep him alive, and keep him eating this disgusting meat. You know what I mean? Even if you get into the Bible, you know what I mean? I think it's Maccabees, when the mother, you know what I mean, had to, you know what I mean, watch her sons be tortured and die because they weren't going to break the law. You know what I mean? They weren't going to eat pork.
That's how righteous they were.
Right.
They were willing to die.
They were willing to die.
Not eat pork. But we go to the grocery store, and, well, not we, but brothers and sisters.
Right.
They'll just, it's cool. I'm gonna still eat it. And what makes it even worse, they feed it to their kids.
Right.
So now you're teaching your kids
right.
how to sin. It's just a cycle.
So
right. Keep going, because then they're gonna teach their kids and so on and so forth. What you got, sir?
Not only that, but in America, it's like basically almost everything has pork in it. Like
right.
Like everything has pork in it. It needs to have pork, like for no reason, right? It's a lot.
And that's why our oppressors is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Because they make sure that you can't go anywhere. You can't step into any fast food spot without there being extra bacon on it. It's a lot.
Oh no, you too up. And I'm slightly certified made, just to touch on that. I'm glad you brought that up, because they put pork in everything. I found out last year, I think it's Crest toothpaste. They put pork in it.
Right.
Your gelatin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gelatin has pork in it. You gotta be
The
careful what you eat. Your gummy bears.
Right.
There's certain yogurts. You gotta be mindful of certain yogurts that you eat. I know, for example, Yoplait has kosher gelatin.
Right.
That's fine. That's fish. Right.
So they get on
Yoplait yogurt. So if you look on the back of it in the ingredients, it actually says kosher gelatin.
Oh, does it?
It does. So there's certain yogurt.
Yeah, that's why I eat yogurt. So
Yeah,
that's crazy you mentioned. I didn't know it.
Yeah, so
my rib just bought a case of it. You know what I'm saying, a little like my son and daughter. So.
Okay. So the kosher is fine. It's kosher is like non-pork.
Right. It says kosher gelatin.
Kosher, yeah. If you ever if you look at like a Yoplait yogurt, just look on the back in the ingredients, and it'll say kosher gelatin.
Because they make it with beef gelatin.
That's what they make it with. But there's other ones, they just throw it in there.
That's like, if I may also, I heard that.
Water for that.
Oh, no sweat, sir.
if I may too, like I heard that not that I heard that some people have proven that the what is it called? The Hawaiian Punch. Is it? The Hawaiian Punch had I think it's that. Where it had pig semen in it.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink Hawaiian Punch, but
Yeah. I think it's the Hawaiian Punch, but yeah, they put pig semen in it. I will look that up because
I'll look it up. We. I don't have to look. I don't. Hey, look.
so
It's like what you guys say.
Give me some make what is the brand of that yogurt again?
Yoplait. It's what things Yoplait, I believe. So and that specifically, if I'm not mistaken, has kosher gelatin.
Correct.
So I believe, what is it, the Greek yogurt? I think that has regular gelatin. So I'll just pay attention, just be mindful of what you buy, just check the ingredients just in case, because like the brother brought up earlier, they put pork in everything.
Right.
I didn't even know that there was pork in toothpaste and certain toothpaste
Right.
until last year. So water for that.
I mean, no one should be eating toothpicks anyway.
Or I mean, you should be eating. You better not be eating.
You know what I mean? But yeah, God. But
It's like
you want to finish it off with chapter 8?
Well,
That's probably
what's coming on? Just cover fish.
Oh yeah.
9, 10?
9 and 10. That's it.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
Almost. Verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. Verse 9, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So this is very specific. This is describing the type of fish that you are able to eat. It says if it doesn't have fins and scales, mind that the scales, because there's certain fish that don't have scales.
Right.
I know my brothers down south, they like to eat catfish.
Man.
Catfish is unlawful. Catfish, first of all, look at a catfish, okay, first and foremost. Second of all, it doesn't have scales. Catfish, they eat like dirt, mud, they clean the environment. Going back to what I said earlier, that saying of you are what you eat. If you eating that catfish, you eating what it ate. It's unclean to you.
All right.
As we all know, well, for those y'all who don't know, the Shalom Christ. It doesn't have fins and scales. It doesn't have fins and scales. Your shrimp, you hear us talk about it all the time. Your crab, your lobster,
Right.
your crawfish, right? Clams, mussels, squid, octopus. Those don't fit the category.
Right.
That is unclean unto you.
Let me cut you off, so you can tell from the look at some of those things, man.
Man.
I see what is it? What is one with the shell? I see the girl pop that open with a shell, man.
That's the oysters.
I think it's an
That's the
oyster.
oysters.
I ain't never talked to her about that.
So like, if I may too, and even the purpose of them, like, I mean, most of these things, these unclean fish, and they're used to purify the water.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why if you go to our waters in the Pacific or the Atlantic, it looks like sewer water. It looks like, I mean, it's not Jamaican water. It's not, I mean, you can't see through it. You can't see through it. This is all dirt and crap. Like,
Funny you bring that up. So I just got a fish tank, right? And I got a bottom feeder. And it was starting to get all like yucky. I'm like, damn, man. So I got a filter that still wasn't doing too good. I'm like, damn.
right.
It hit me. I didn't get a bottom feeder for the fish tank. I went and got a bottom feeder.
Clean
He
everything.
started to clean everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my.
It's crazy how that works too, because
Yeah.
man, you really don't know how much fish, get down until you get you a fish tank, and then you start to smell it through the house. The fish get down. I'm like, where did
It's
you
like
get
they call bottom feeders for a reason.
Exactly.
You ever look at like the marine life and whatnot, all the crabs and lobsters and whatnot, they dwell
Right.
So all the dead fish that come down, well, some got to clean it up.
Right, exactly.
I saw like a what is it called? Like fast forward, like a real time where they show all the crabs and whatnot, and
Right,
they're eating it,
right,
and there's like nothing left.
right.
It's completely gone. So imagine, like you said earlier, if you're eating these things, you're getting rid of these animals that are meant to clean the environment.
Right.
Well, first of all, the environment's going to become dirty,
Right.
right? and you're putting that inside of your body.
Right.
I remember I was in the world, obviously. I was younger. My dad brought me somewhere. It was like some seafood spot. And he told me, make sure you get the poop out of the lobster tail whenever you eat it.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, what? So I'm looking at it, crack it open. It's just a line of, what right there. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, what is this? And I didn't know. I'm just munching away. Had no idea. Putting that inside of my body. What you got, sir?
It's like another thing too, like going back to the swine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our people like to eat the chitlins.
Oh man.
Issachar call it tripas, right?
Right, right.
That, when you clean it, it's
Oh my goodness.
stings so bad. I don't know how people can eat that.
I seen my mom clean one time, and it's like she did the little string thing, and something came out of it. Like it was a nugget that came out of it. I said, okay, it ends there. It ends there.
Yeah.
And it was like a human-sized nugget. It wasn't like no little small. This was like, you know what I mean?
Oh man.
I've never had chitlins, and I'm never gonna have it. Just like you said, the smell.
Yeah.
I couldn't bear it. Like those are pig intestines.
Right.
Like really think about that. Like what you're
Right.
eating. But our people today, they cooking it up in the house. Like it's just cool.
That's heavy, man. We used to.
That's disgusting.
We were punished by eating that. You know what I mean? We were punished. We were looked down at like freaking less than dogs. So we would eat worse than dogs would eat. And now we look at it as if it's some type of like, it's an elegancy.
Yes,
like,
delicacy.
you know what I mean? Yeah, a delicacy. Yeah, like we do it and traditionally now. Like, you know what I mean? We gotta have the chitlins on Christmas or Thanksgiving. Like we gotta have, you know what I mean? Like, we're paying extra money, hundreds of dollars for that plate of lobster. You know what I mean? Like it's like you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, that we feel special about ourselves as if we balling out, we doing something because we're eating a bottom feeding, you know what I mean, animal, you know what I mean?
What do you got, sir?
I was gonna say it got to the point where we look at chitlins and all these unlawful things as we eat. We look at them, like you said, delicacies. We look at it, but not only that, we look at it as it's our culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it got to the point where now it's black culture to that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I know we know it's stinking all of that, but it's our culture to put on those chitlins on Christmas and on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like it's our culture to eat this pig and eat this this lobster and you know what I'm saying, the crawfish and a gumbo and all of that. Like it's our culture to do all of these things now. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta shed that false culture and find out what our real culture is. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But yeah, it's ridiculous.
The priest bringing out is extremely heavy. It's been so, like you said, it's been so ingrained into our culture. I hate to say it like that, but it's been so ingrained in our culture for centuries that now brothers and sisters today, they're going to keep eating it simply because their forefathers ate it.
Right.
And their forefathers ate it.
Right.
And even though you're telling them, like, look, this, that, and third going to happen to you if you keep eating it, they're going to look at you like, no. Like you said, the sister said she willing to die for bacon.
Yep.
She gotta have it.
die
The
by mine.
Man, that's just for the Slovakia. For the sake of time, we'll cover one more precept and then we'll close the Sabbath service.
What you want?
It's going to go over real quick Leviticus chapter 11, verse 29 and 30. That's why you
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 29. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret and the chameleon and the lizard and the snail and the mole, if I may on that.
But
The things that we just read, it should be obvious that we shouldn't eat that.
it's like you should be eating them. But the reason why I wanted to bring up that specific one is because I know a lot of down south, you know, I know some brothers and sisters down there in Louisiana. You know, y'all love y'all gator. No. No. First of all, I'm gonna keep saying, look at an alligator.
Right.
Just look at it. Like, You mean to tell me you think that that is appetizing? No, that is unclean unto you. If y'all didn't know, crocodiles and alligators, they have a natural bacteria on them because you got to look at the environment that they're living in. It's a natural protection for them. You're not cooking that off.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
eating that.
Oh,
Okay, Sloppy, sir, did you have something?
No, it's like, but
But and the snail, I mean, look, I ain't never had no, was it escargot, whatever the hell it is. I ain't never had it, never gonna have it. But if you have any questions on that, here's the answer: no.
right.
Don't eat the snail. That means the slug too. I know Israel, we hard headed. We try to find any way to get around it.
It's not an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, a slug don't got a shell on it, so no, do not eat it. All right, just don't even do it to yourself. We're trying to help you. All right.
And a lot of these things don't want to be eaten. Like you don't like, for instance, the crab. If we go back to that, I see people having a table full of tools just to get to that meat. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
It's just not for you.
Cracking that shell open.
Yeah. It's just not for you.
It's like what do you got, sir?
I was gonna say they cutting their fingers up.
Right.
Really? Just for like you got this big
unnatural.
shell, and it's like you get this much meat out of it.
Man,
He doesn't want to
All
be
that
eaten.
work.
I know these. I think I'm pretty sure if these things could talk, they'd just be looking like, "You really gonna eat it? Like, you really gonna eat it? Like, come on now. Like, come on now."
It's like so you got some?
I was gonna say, I remember growing up and people talking about turtle soup. I didn't even know what that was. I was like,
man.
turtle soup.
Oh man, look,
Right.
I had a turtle. Those things. When I was talking about the fish tank thing, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
those things will. If you don't have the right filter, that tank will be gone in a day.
Right.
They get down.
And another thing too, I think I remember hearing too, some islands, they eat lizards too. Like in some islands, they'll be eating lizards. I was like, what? Man, I don't know about that one.
You got a shell for a reason.
Yeah.
You got a shell. He don't want to be eaten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's not supposed to. So, yeah, I mean, to wrap that up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Slocky, we gonna be cutting class a little short for today. So for the sake of time.
Give us these prayers.
Mhm. All right, Elijah, just me and the brother up here.
It's good.
Oh yes.
Hang on for a second.
Sorry. Sorry.
La Yasharala.
Sorry.
I got some herbs in it or something.
Madian upon Yahakodam, which means to rise and face the east. Oh, Salah. Sorry. Sorry. Are we going to the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew? Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakutka.
Malakutka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Batazaka.
Batazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ma'arataza.
Ma'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Vashamayim.
Vashamayim.
Tanlanaw.
Tanlanaw.
Hakom.
Hakom.
Call. Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknaw.
Wasalaknaw.
Kabawatinaw.
Kabawatinaw.
Hasalaknaw.
Hasalaknaw.
Kabawatinaw.
Kabawatinaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayanaw.
Tabayanaw.
Nasaiwan.
Nasaiwan.
Ball.
Ball.
Abashaynaw.
Abashaynaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakub.
Lakub.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Awalamium.
Awalamium.
Aman.
Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Accomplish the power of evil. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Nathanael. Hakat. Rapa'ah. Call. Makalat. Wakal. Madawat. Hakat. Latahar. Ha. Matazarayan. Hakat. Lahakwayim. Hamathian. Hakat. Al. Rakawath. Atama'ala. Lagarashun. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. The water. Amen.
Hakak in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade. Upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gebal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zaid. Yea. All their princes of Zabah. And as Amunah. Who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded. And troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Water for tuning in, Israel.